Are you embarrassed to be seen driving around town? Are your monthly payments sucking the life out of you?
You may be driving dead. Hey, this is Chris Spears from Prestige Auto Sales. If you're driving dead, I've got the cure. All you need is $13 down to drive alive in a nicer, newer car today.
Why drive a car that rots your brain when you can drive a car that's not a pain?
Put just $13 down and feel alive in a nicer, newer ride. Plus, my guaranteed credit approval process could bring you back to life. Even if bad credit has held you back in the past, I'm saving Marion County residents from driving dead.
So trade in your terrifying old ride, bring in $13 to put down, and drive home today.
I believe everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car, and this week it only takes $13. But hurry, this offer ends once we've revived 47 drivers. My name is Chris Spears, and I'm a dealer for the people.
Visit Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala or call 694-1234. Yes, 694-1234. See our Prestige.
Hi, it's Lisa Midget with Kinetic Motion Fitness. I'm looking forward to a fun, healthy summer, and I have a few ideas that might just help you and your friends stay in shape and have fun too. Along with awesome personal training and group classes at our warm and inviting fitness studio, we also offer fitness classes at your home or business. And if you're tired of the same old, boring cake and punch party, why not let us host a hot new health trend, a fitness party at your home or office? If you're having a hard time getting to the gym this summer, because of your crazy schedule, then work out with your friends or coworkers in a private group fitness class or host a fitness party at your home or office. We will bring you and your friends or coworkers one of our great workouts like Zumba, Pilates, Body Bar, Yoga, Tai Chi Boot Camp, or Zumba Tomics for kids. We can even help you reach your long-term goals by meeting at your place weekly for an on-location workout. Check out our website at kmfocala.com and like us on Facebook. Kinetic Motion Fitness is located just 5 minutes from downtown Ocala near the Skylark Plaza. Kinetic Motion Fitness. We're ready when you are.
Seminole football and ACC Clash of the Titans this Saturday night as number 5 Florida State travels to number 3 Clemson. Hear all the action starting at 8 o'clock Saturday night on WOCA, The Source.
So what did you do with your weekend? Me? I was flying, because I'm taking flying lessons from Ocala Aviation. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, hey, I'd like to give that a shot, but I'm not quite sure. Well, I've got the solution. It's called the Discovery Flight, and that's exactly what it is. It helps you discover the wonder of flying and if it's for you. It's only $99, and it gives you the chance to learn a bit more about the airplane and then actually go for a ride with a flight instructor and take control of the airplane. That's how I got started, and now I'm on my way to being a pilot. Yeah, I know, scary thought, right? But the demand for qualified pilots is stronger than ever. And with the help of Ocala Aviation, you could make a career change and learn to be a commercial pilot. But it all starts with a Discovery Flight. So stop by the flight school, conveniently located at the Ocala Airport. Visit the website at ocalaaviation.com or call 861-7484. That's 861-7484. Ocala Aviation. Your adventure starts here.
Universal Soil Solutions, steps to solving the sinkhole process. Step 1, be skeptical.
I had interviewed about 6 companies before I chose Universal Soil Solutions. Besides being skeptical and asking a ton of questions and educating myself, I popped in at the office.
Step 2, be a tough cookie.
So I've made them all know at the end of every day, I want my property clean. I want it raked, I want it level, I want it clean.
We are your sinkhole solution. Universal Soil Solutions, where integrity meets trust. Call 877-519-2777 for additional information.
This is James Snyder inviting you to join me each Sunday morning at 9:30 for Sunday Joy, right here on WOCA 1370.
This is a public notice. Local residents can now save thousands of dollars on their next car, truck, or SUV. It's not a tent sale, because no tent is big enough to hold this many cars. It's OcalaForSale.com. Say goodbye to sticker shock. OcalaForSale.com has thousands of vehicles with no stickers at all. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
WOCA. You're listening to WOCA News Talk 1370, Ocala's source for what's happening in today's hottest, up-to-date news and topics.
Albinger, are we winning the battle of the bulge? A CDC report out today finds that while 35% of American adults may be obese, the number of new cases, especially among younger people, is leveling off. Experts say it could be that more now see it and treat obesity as a medical condition, not a social problem. Thousands of federal workers will soon be facing their first commute home in more than 2 weeks, and they are probably not going to complain about it. You said they went back to work today now that the shutdown is over. Now that the government is open again, the Energy Department is also back at work, and it just released Monday's gas price numbers. For what it's worth, they were down a penny last week. A British survey finds most of us use some form of internet-connected device 34 times a day. More than half of mobile owners turn to their phone rather than have downtime, and more than 1 in 3 checks their handset when there is a lull in the conversation. This is ABC News.
Right now at the Home Depot, kitted 10-year sealed battery smoke and carbon monoxide alarms start at just $24.97. So, let's worry less. Let's do smarter fire safety. Alarms that won't turn off, and batteries that won't chirp for 10 long years. Let's do this. Get a worry-free alarms, starting at just $24.97. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. U.S. only. See store for details.
An official message from Medicare.
It's that time of year again.
Football season.
Medicare open enrollment season, October 15th through December 7th. Time to compare plans, see what's new.
But I like what I have.
You don't have to change, but it's always good to look. You could find better coverage, save money, or both. Where you going?
The game.
The computer.
Okay.
Visit Medicare.gov or call 1-800-MEDICARE. Now's the time.
How much time? 30 seconds. I'm on right now. I don't believe you.
Okay. Enough kidding around.
Ho, 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 ho.
And now it's time for the Buddy Martin Sports Page.
He actually had me stay here last night in his gym.
It's like I don't fit in. It's like I don't belong here.
Let's go talk to a couple of guys that never gamble.
Oh, see, I made Lewis a bet here. See, Lewis bet me that we couldn't both get rich and put you on the Full House at the same time. He didn't think we could do it.
Gambling is illegal at Bushwood, sir, and I never slide.
And now, here's Buddy.
Welcome to today's Sports Page on a Thursday. Busy hour coming up. Around the water cooler today, a lot of subjects to cover, including pink helmets. I never thought I'd see that happen. But also, Tom James will be in shortly to join our group. Meanwhile, distinguished guest in our studio with us today joins us. I've been wanting to talk to this guy for a long time. He's been here for Ocala for quite a while and has done a number of things in charity work and representing the community. And I remember him. Gosh, I'm not good with numbers. I should remember your number, and I can't think of it. Was it in the 30s, was it? I can't remember.
36.
Okay, I've got one of the numbers. Don Nottingham. Don, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Good to have
be
you
here.
Good to have you on the show. And come back at a time when we can sit and talk about Shula and the Dolphins and your career with the Colts and then this team. And that I remember that team well because I covered them. And boy, what an array of talent.
I was pretty lucky when I came into the NFL. You know, I kind of came in from the bottom up.
But you're irrelevant, weren't you?
Well, no, I didn't even get that award.
You didn't get that?
No, I was the last guy picked in the draft, but technically I was next to the last because the Oakland Raiders couldn't find their last round choice till the following day. So he's the Mr. Irrelevant, and I am just the official last place picker. And
what a great piece of trivia that is. All these years I thought you were Mr. Irrelevant. You didn't get that award even.
Yeah, it's like I said, I got drafted by the Colts after they won the Super Bowl, beating Dallas. I got traded to Miami after they went 17-0.
Yeah.
But I still tricked them because I got to hang around and I got to be in Super Bowl 8. So I still have a ring, and there's a lot of guys that are way, way better than me, and they don't have a ring.
Well, you brought it pretty good too. You were a really good inside runner. I saw you play, and of course, a few pretty good players there with Zonka and Kick and Greasy and Warfield and Larry Little and that bunch, and the no-name defense. And,
that was a whole group of guys that to me, that was the epitome of teamwork. We weren't all the same. We didn't always think the same. We didn't always do the same things off the field. But when we were between the lines, we were focused on one thing and one thing only, and that's winning.
Yeah, and the forgotten guy in that business was the year before, Earl Morrill. People forget he was the quarterback for almost all the year, and basically picked up the playoffs and came on. And
Earl was actually in Baltimore my rookie year.
Yes, he was,
and he got traded to Miami in '72, and I got traded to Miami in '73. Earl is a dear friend of mine, and he's been just a magnificent mentor my whole life. And that's the kind of guys that taught me about the importance of putting back in the community. I went to my very first event I ever went to as a pro was in Baltimore with John Unitas and Earl Morrill to a Special Olympics award, and we handed out medals all day long to these kids, and I have never had so much fun, and I've never met a more honest and loving, dearing. These guys they're beyond words as that they appreciate what happens with them.
I try to tell these young guys here about a real quarterback, Johnny U. I was blessed to see him play. Unfortunately, the Super Bowl didn't turn out that well for him, but what a talent. People don't realize, and I'll tell you this, he and Raymond Berry invented the two-minute offense. You know, he was a remarkable player, yet he was not all that gifted. He would just say he had a powerful arm. He had a sense of timing, he and Berry did, and what a field general he was. Tell us how great was Johnny Unitas.
Well, that's another little break that I caught. I came in. Like I said, I was the number 4 fullback when I came in. That summer, my first summer in Baltimore, John was rehabilitating from a torn Achilles tendon. So he practiced with me all summer. And I can't tell you what that means to a young player to be in the huddle with a guy when he calls the play, has an absolute control of the huddle, absolute command, so that you knew when you came out of the huddle that play was going to be a positive play. And I like I said, I got to practice with him for almost 7 straight weeks because he was rehabbing and I was still trying to learn the system. And the difference between John Unitas and Earl Morrill and some of the younger guys that you see coming along is if they were in the huddle with me and I was having trouble with a sweep or I was having trouble with a wham block, guess what was going to get called? I was going to get repetitions on what I needed help with, not what he needed help with. And that's a very unselfish, and I can tell you, I know they did it because when you look at the films, it's pretty obvious that they're taking care of the knots so he can learn this stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. One quick more football question until we get to the stuff we're here to talk about. It's something you're involved in. It's extremely important. You've been involved in it for a long time. Best football player you ever saw?
Best football player. All-around ball player nobody believes me with this, but Jim Kick is my idea. He's the best athlete that I've ever been around.
Wow.
I guarantee you there's not a game on this earth that if he gets a chance to walk around it and figure it out a little bit, he will excel at it. I know because when he was blocking for me, he made me better. And when I was blocking for him, he made me better. He's a great athlete, and Jim was about 6'2" and about
Wyoming
215 pounds, and I mean he's the kind of guy that can figure it out, and that's my idea of a really great athlete is somebody that can figure it out and excel at it, and that's just like I say, teach me the rules of the game, and I'll show you how to play it.
Interesting. Let's talk about Special Olympics. You and Connie are here to talk about that today. It's a fundraising affair, and Connie's of course the chairman of the the fundraising group for Special Olympics, and they got a tournament going on here. Tell us about this event and what's going on and how people can get involved in it.
This is the third year of the tournament. When basically we're hoping we can use this tournament to eventually develop all of the monies needed to make sure that we take care of the expenses of having these athletes attend and compete in events, not only just in the local area, but anywhere we could expand it. I think there's over 500 kids enrolled right now. There's probably a need for about double that. And it just all becomes a matter of dollars and cents, and the sports part of what they do at the Special Olympics is only a small part of it. So obviously, a lot of the money goes to taking care of the services that these kids need on a daily basis. And the sports thing is kind of like we used to always say when we're playing football, we practice hard and we really work hard. Game day is the fun time. That's when everything comes and you just turn it loose, and there are no you've ingrained it and you've worked it through. I want to make sure that these kids always have the opportunity to have their game day, because I have seen the looks on their face when you pin them medals and put those ribbons on them. It's just beyond words for me how big that made me feel.
Well, any way we can do to help you, please let us know. When is the event coming up?
Well, the event's going to be a week from Saturday.
October 26th, Silver Spring Shores, right? Silver
Spring Shores Country Club, and then the course is in outstanding condition, and it actually sets up pretty good. We're not going to set the tee so far back that we want everybody to be under par. We want everybody to be competing, and it's going to be a question of who makes the most putts wins. You can get involved with $1 million hole-in-one. We're going to have a car given away by Honda of Ocala for a hole-in-one, and I sure hope we give it away. That would be the best thing that could happen to everybody.
Insurance pays for that, so that's good.
Well, it's everybody wins if that happens. Everybody wins, and it just puts somebody else in a great car. It puts us on the map because we're going to have somebody's picture in the paper at our event. But the main thing is, every event that I've ever been involved with, we always have fun while we're there, and that means a lot of stories and a lot of telling jokes and a lot of laughing, and also hitting a lot of good shots. And I played on some of these scramble teams. I learned how to play golf playing in these scramble.
Different game when you're playing a scramble.
Oh, yeah, well, you don't have to worry about that pond over there because
what pond?
Yeah, there's no pond there. You got 4 guys to hit, and we're going to pick the best shot. So you try to hit shots sometimes that you're just not capable of doing, but it also it creates some humor once in a while too.
Don, we got about 45 seconds. Talk about how you got to Ocala, how long you've been here, and why you chose Ocala, and also your business.
Well, I'm in the insurance business, and when Hurricane Andrew hit in South Florida in the 90s, one of our sponsors was a company called Associated Grocers of Florida, and it's basically a buying group for independent retail grocery stores all over the state. They asked me if I would set up a niche insurance agency just selling liability and property coverage, primarily property, because nobody could sell property to them after Andrew, and we did that. And the biggest reason that I got moved up to Ocala was I could get a contract in Ocala because it was a lot less populous than Dade County. So I made some deals with some insurance companies. Associated Grocers bought the old Certified Grocers warehouse out there. So my first office in Ocala was the administration building that sits out the front. That's a school now. And so I had a 22,000 square foot office. Not very many guys get to start with that. Of course, I was only occupying about 800 square feet of it. So company guys would come in, I'd open the door, and there was a hallway that was about 110 yards long, just almost the same as a football field. And I said, guys, I need some help because the boss says I got to fill this building up. And it's that's how I got here. And then it's we love it up here. This is rolling hills, kind of like the Northeast Ohio area where I grew up. The people up here are fantastic. They're not every time I drive south, I get to Palm Beach County, my knuckles are white on the wheel, and they're trying to run me over. So here, if I need to get in traffic, if I'm just patient, somebody will wave me in like it used to be in a small town.
Yeah.
So this is a great place to live. It was a great place to raise our daughter, and like I said, I'm really, really happy that I can add a little something back into the community. I try to get involved with as many things as I can.
I know you do, and we appreciate what you do.
That was
in the
probably more than
community.
45 seconds, wasn't it?
It's okay. It was worth it. And again, it's the fundraising. Chani, are you the chairman? You're chairperson of the fundraising for the tournament for Special Olympics. The tournament is October 26th. I'm sure there's a number available or whatever. We'll have to step closer to the microphone, Connie. What is the number available for contacts?
It's 352-462-0380.
0380?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And you could call that for information.
And we'll get you hooked up for that. So appreciate you coming in, Connie. Don, thanks so much. All the best to you. We'll come back again sometime. We'll talk a little more football.
Love to do that. That's like I said, I'm old school, so I
came to the right place. All right, Don Donahue.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We'll take a break. Come back. Time to go around the water cooler right here on Buddy Sports Page. Stay tuned to
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
Hi, this is Tom Schmitz, the host of Buddy's Saturday Sports Page on WOCA. The Saturday Sports Page is your weekend destination for everything sports, from NASCAR to golf, baseball to boxing, and of course the best, most comprehensive football coverage on the radio. Also, you don't want to miss my weekly Are You Kidding Me rant? So join me and JJ LaSalva every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. for Buddy's Saturday Sports Page on WOCA, The Source.
Hi, this is Buddy Martin. I want to tell you about a conversation I had recently with General Manager Pat Murray on the great family atmosphere at Country Club of Ocala.
It's a family first club. Again, we have any number of different types of memberships, but obviously the one that attracts the greatest level of interest is our family. And the reason for that is we have a little something for everybody. I mean, we obviously have a world-class golf course. We have 7 tennis courts here for all levels of tennis players. We have a junior Olympic-sized swimming pool. We have a fitness center that's second to none, and we have state-of-the-art equipment in our fitness center.
Country Club of Ocala, where the facilities are all a family would ever need. For more information, call today at 352-237-6644. That's 352-237-6644. Country Club of Ocala, proud sponsor of Monday's Gator Report and Gator Talk Thursday right here on The Source.
Hi, this is Lisa Midget, owner of Kinetic Motion Fitness here in Ocala, Florida. A lot of you have experienced our great classes in personal small group training, but did you know we now offer dynamic workouts on DVD? These high-quality, locally produced, effective DVD workouts can go where you go. Going on vacation? No problem. We can go with you. Friends and relatives out of town who are jealous that you get to come to KMF? No problem. We ship anywhere in the United States for free. Our great lineup of 4 DVDs includes Kinetic Achieve, Kinetic Couples, Kinetic Core, and Kinetic Campus. 4 great workouts for the entire family on DVD. Sound interesting? Check them out on our website at kmfocala.com. While you're there, check out our class schedule and come see us. We're only 5 minutes from downtown across from the Skylark Plaza. Visit kmfocala.com and like us on Facebook. KMF will get you results at our studio or at home with one of our DVDs. Kinetic Motion Fitness. We're ready when you are. Visit kmfocala.com for more information.
Ooh, it's cold in here. Ooh, it's hot in here.
It's just right in this house.
Looks like 1 out of 3 know about climate control mechanical services in Ocala. The first didn't call 291-0185. The second didn't know to call 291-0185. The third called 291-0185. So the moral of the story? To know is one thing, but to know and take action is another. Climate control mechanical services. Just right.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Hi,
I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Fredericks Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Fredericks Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Fredericks Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Fredericks Appliance.
News Talk 1370 WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults. So use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000. 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370 WOCA.
Keeping you in touch with Ocala. WOCA.
Now these days are gone, I'm not so self-assured. Now I find I've changed my mind and open up the doors. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down.
All right, welcome back to the program. Voice of Ocala Buddy Sports Page. Thanks to Don Nottingham for coming by. And a good call. Special Olympics coming up.
Once again, just shows that mediocre host, great guest.
Absolutely. Although there are some members of the staff who are slice above mediocre, and that would be Tom James, who brings a little class to this joint. So,
Please, come on.
He has you fooled, doesn't he?
He sure does. Boy, you talk about going down in caliber, going from Nottingham and now to the next break, you got me. So
I know. What are you going to do, right?
Sorry about that.
It's almost like the time I went to the All-Star game in Houston, and they called out the names, and they said, here's the reservations. My name is Martin. They said, okay, Mantle, Mays, Martin.
What doesn't belong here?
Exactly. Pick the one that's just not right. Okay, so we got a lot to cover today, including I did not know that day. Interesting to talk to Don Nottingham. I've never talked to him since he's been here in Ocala. I saw him play with the Dolphins back in the day, and he looks pretty good. You know, he looks like he could.
Yeah,
he was taller. He looked taller than I thought he was. I thought he was only about 5'10". It looks like he might be 5'11", 5'11". Yeah, whatever. He looks a little taller than I thought he'd be.
He looks too young to have been on that team.
He does.
He really does.
Yeah. So anyway, good to see him. Today we're going to examine the football selection committee, a little further investigation into that to find out how it works. We're going to have a discussion about uniforms, pink helmets. We'll talk about Gronkowski, whether or not his situation is causing a problem for the Patriots, and is University of Florida still an elite football program? That question being asked out there. And then we have a list of the most successful two-sport schools in the BCS era. Maybe a couple surprises on there. And of course, it's time to everybody's waiting for the pick six contest. I want to know what my pick's going to be.
So we could pick against.
Exactly. Go the other way. So all that coming up your way today. And gentlemen, what's your pleasure? You ready to go?
Always ready.
Always ready.
Let's start out with the football schedule and the game Saturday night in Death Valley. The Clemson Tigers now. This is a chance for them to really make their mark and to make a step forward toward the national championship in case one of the other two teams slip. And I'm really surprised they're 3-point underdogs. Jameis Winston now is, now they're moving him up. Mel Kiper had him third today on his Heisman list.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. And he is a terrific talent, I will say. He is. And JJ, you'll get your full.
It's still completely over. They're the most overrated team in the nation. He's the most overrated player in the nation. They've done absolutely nothing.
Come see me after they play Miami, okay? We'll talk about it.
Well, and this
they
is
have
going
to play
be
Clemson.
Yeah, this is going to be.
You act like I'm talking about Miami.
Than any other situation they've seen so far.
But I have a great respect for his talent. Having said that, the question is, can he go into that environment where Radakovich has already said, we're going to try for the world record on noise in Death Valley, all right? He's going to go into that. One word I'd use to describe this kid is he's got great poise. But does he have enough poise in this situation to bring the Seminoles through Saturday night? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I think that he's great for the game. I've watched him play 3 times this year. Watched more Florida State football this year than I have in probably a long, long time. I think he's very good, but I think he's going into an environment that is you can't replicate in practice. I think that he's going to be facing a bunch of, how shall we say, people who have imbibed all afternoon, so that's going to make it even more raucous. And then Vegas did him no favors by giving the number 5 team in the nation a 3-point advantage.
Well, but Schmitty,
so Clemson can put that on the bulletin board.
Where doesn't he play where the people haven't imbibed all day? I mean, I guess if it's an earlier game, but you're going to have that anywhere you go.
Have you been to South Carolina when they were drunk? Have you been in that state with a bunch of people?
I think he's going to have to worry about
actually.
Beasley coming off the end more than anything else. Maybe, besides Clowney, the best defensive end in the nation. He's easily playing the best. Clowney hasn't done anything this year. Clemson's defense, 10th in points given up this year. They're not bad. They're not the same Clemson defense that usually gets torched.
Remember, they're 3rd. Florida State's 5th. Clemson, according to the pollsters, is a better team.
Well, this is the first year that Clemson has actually shown that they can really step up in big-time situations and win big-time games. They're notorious through a number of recent years for not doing that, for folding and choking when it comes to the big games.
Well, they win the big games.
They've already shown they can do it.
No, they've been known for winning big games.
They're
known for losing
to win.
to Boston College or NC. That's Clemsoning. Clemson wins those big games.
Well, Clemson loses to Wake Forest.
They haven't lost to Florida State at home since 2001.
Well, he's shown absolutely no signs that he is going to wilt under that kind of a situation. It kind of reminds me in reverse of when Michael Vick went to play Florida State when he was a freshman quarterback at Virginia Tech. And, he was a freshman, big game. How's he going to do in that situation? And we all remember he was unbelievable. So,
all right, having said that.
They lost, though.
Having said that.
Not his fault.
Having said that, this game elevates the whole conference.
It certainly does.
In a way that it hasn't had in a long time. And this game could be right up there with the best SEC game of the year, maybe, depending on what the loser does after that. Because the loser still has a chance to have a really great record and a great season. But the question is, which team would best survive a loss? Clemson or Florida State?
Florida State, because they still have to play Miami. And Florida, by the end of the season, might be still ranked in the top 25. So I think Florida State could survive a loss better than Clemson.
What do you mean by survive?
Which team would it hurt most to lose, and which one would it help would be able to survive it? I think Tom's right. I think FSU could probably survive it with a win over
I think
SEC.
they both can survive it.
But which team could least afford to lose this game?
Clemson.
I think it's Clemson.
Oh, definitely.
Because Clemson's schedule is top-heavy.
And Clemson has they're supposed to do big things this year. They were supposed to do that. They have a senior quarterback who's going to be drafted high. This is a freshman quarterback. Obviously, he's super hyped up, but he's not supposed to be doing the things he's doing this year. Clemson was supposed to be where they're at this year.
You speak of Clemson like Clemson's, like
when Clemson beat LSU.
Clemson was supposed to be in the top 4 all year.
I get it. But here's the deal. We're not talking Alabama and Clemson here, okay? They're not at that level. They just aren't. So you say they're supposed to. Yeah, they were supposed to be really good.
Number 3
nobody
is good.
penciled them in as a national champion that I know of.
I did.
Nobody.
Well, that's been speak to it. Tom did. Okay.
And teams still people still don't even talk about Clemson like they're a national title
contender. By the way, they did thump a pretty good SEC team in Georgia.
Yes, they did. And we'll see how good that win turns out to be at the end of the year, although that was a healthy Georgia team they beat.
Yeah, that was a healthy Georgia team.
Give them all the props in the world. I'm just saying they're not at the level yet in their program of Alabama.
Well, who is?
Well, not right now. Nobody. But
exactly.
we'll see after this
Oregon.
year's over.
No.
Perhaps.
With zero national championships?
Oregon's still
this year.
Oregon's still got a hitch in their get along. They have not risen to that level yet. But anyway, okay, give us your best pick. Who's got your best pick six of the day?
Okay. I'll start with this one if you don't mind. I'm going to go with the NFL. I think this is pretty easy, actually. The Broncos and the Colts. Anything going to be on the bulletin board in the Broncos locker room, do you think?
Oh, yeah. Just a picture of a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, I don't know. And a big dartboard with Jim Irsay's picture on it, too. I think this has done everything to fire Peyton Manning up and nothing to help the Colts. The Broncos are favored by 6.5. It won't be that close.
At Indy.
I think the game that jumps off the page at me is the one we just talked about, Florida State at Clemson. I think Clemson's the better football team. They're ranked higher. They're at home in an environment that is supposed to give them an advantage, and yet they're a 3-point underdog. I think Clemson takes that, puts that as motivation and beats Florida State outright.
I like in the NFL, San Francisco laying 4 against Ryan Fitzpatrick and the Tennessee Titans. Any game where Ryan Fitzpatrick's starting, it has to be 7 or above.
I thought you were a big Fitzpatrick fan.
Yeah.
All right, I'm tempted to go South Carolina here with Tennessee, 7.5-point favorite. That's what they did to Arkansas last week. But I'm going to go this way. I've never felt more confident about a pick. This is probably bad news than I have this year with Oklahoma 24 against Kansas. Remember what Charlie Weiss said about his team? Have you seen that mess out there, he said? So Charlie Weiss's team is a 24-point underdog. After what happened to Oklahoma last week against Texas, I think they'll beat them by 40 at least. I love Oklahoma laying 24 against Kansas.
I like NFL. I like Kansas City laying 6.5 against Houston. Case Keenum was trending on Twitter earlier today. I don't think he'll give much for Kansas City's defense.
All right, there you go. Wow. All right, guys.
No
we're going
love
to talk
for Case.
uniforms next. We're going to talk about those. We got I Did Not Know That as well, and Fans Beer coming up on the back half. So stay tuned to Buddy Sports Page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're streaming live at WOCA.com.
The Source.
Tom Schmitz, after a tough loss last week, Trinity Catholic looking to bounce back this week on the McDonald Allstate Agency Friday night high school football game of the week.
That's right, Tom James. They're welcoming in PK Young from Gainesville. This should really be a good football game for Trinity. Coming off a tough loss, they should have an easy time with PK Young.
All right, pregame 6:45, kickoff at 7 o'clock on Friday night.
For the McDonald Allstate Agency Friday night game of the week right here on WOCA.
The Source.
Dr. Seaborn Hunt, board-certified ophthalmologist, the only ophthalmologist in Marion County offering bladeless laser cataract surgery with astigmatism correction. What does this mean to you? It means that your cataract surgery would be done with the newest and most advanced cataract surgical techniques on the market today. It means no more metal blades and more precise incisions. Laser cataract surgery combined with the new technology multifocal lens implants allows you the opportunity to be independent of glasses for most things that you do on a daily basis. Call Dr. Seaborn Hunt at 873-7200. That's 873-7200.
Hi, this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies Gifts and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialties. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to Edward Gordon. He's coming out to speak to us about his book, Future Jobs.
Charlotte Field and Peter Field are design experts. They're speaking about their book, 1940s Fashion.
And then News Bites. We take the hottest, freshest news and we deliver it to you bite-sized.
Find out what's new in the cable industry from Jim George, owner of American Cable Services.
And then Mark Rusin will be on. He's a special agent. He's coming out to speak about his book, Justice for Dallas, based on one of the cases investigated by Mark Rusin.
And join effervescent Kelly Fuqua-Hart on her show, Ocala Magazine Radio.
Dr. Peter Andrew Sacco is coming on. He's the creator and instructor of the criminal psychology program at Niagara College in Canada.
James Barney is a former nuclear submarine officer in the U.S. Navy. He's written a book called The Joshua Stone.
And then Gail Lukasik will be on. She's a former ballerina. She's coming on to speak about a book called Peak Season for Murder. A ballerina with a murder mystery. All of that plus Fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
how good does it get?
Golf has long been considered to be sport's most prestigious game, and WOCA has your connection to everything in the golf world. Every first and third Thursday at 10 a.m., tune in for Let's Talk Golf with your host, PGA professional and teacher to the stars, Jim Beckett, and operations manager for the Links of Spruce Creek South, Darren Irwin, right here on The Source. Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my
too.
seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Watching the tide roll away, sitting on a darker bay, wasting time.
Coming up in just a moment, we'll have I Did Not Know That. Meanwhile, I like some of the stuff they're doing for cancer awareness, particularly breast cancer awareness, and some of the things they've done with sports. And I think it's very important to get that support group involved there. And I'm against the pink flags because they got rid of those, thank goodness, because you can't see them.
Right.
Now the question is, have they gone a little too far? Oregon, first of all, I'm kind of over the uniform thing. I really am. I think we've really gone to the heights of absurdity here. But Oregon now is going to wear pink helmets Saturday. Pink socks, cleats, gloves, and helmets. And they're against Washington State, and they're supporting the Fight Breast Cancer campaign. Phil Knight, if you had Phil Knight on your staff, that'd be nice, or had a supporter or a guy who give you funding for your school. But how far is it okay to go with uniforms? And when you get to a pink helmet, Is that intrusive or over the line? Or are you guys okay with that? Who wants to go
It's
first?
Oregon, buddy. I mean, they've already gone as far as you can possibly imagine
This
with
guy's
Oregon.
a pink tie on,
and,
by the way.
Yeah, right. And now...
I like pink. I love pink. I got pink shirts, pink ties. That's
Yeah,
fun.
but I mean, if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be
Oh, for
Oregon.
sure.
So they've gone so far at this point. Why not? You know, if you haven't, folks out there, if you have not seen the picture of the uniforms, go online and check this out.
Yeah, you'll see it on Saturday. I don't have a problem with it.
Oh, you won't miss it.
Because, like you said, Oregon already does this. I would have a problem with everybody did this, especially in the NFL. In college, these teams don't really have the money to do this. Oregon does, so I'm not really worried about it. We don't have to even see them play. That game's not even going to be on TV, so I don't have a problem with it.
NC State.
I think it's a little much. I like the wristbands and the tape that they put on and stuff like that, but I think it's a little much. And I know that breast cancer is a big cancer, and I think it's great that everybody gets behind it, but why is it the only cancer that people support in the month of October?
It's breast cancer awareness
It
month.
doesn't have to be, but they've really stepped up and put their name out there.
Yeah, this
so.
is the Kay Yao Cancer Fund. Of course, she was a woman who was a well-known coach at NC State, and she had breast cancer, and she succumbed to it in 2009. One thing is they're going to have 25 helmets, which will be auctioned off. They're going to have them signed by people like Dan Fouts and Joey Harrington and Ahmad Rashad, etc. They're going to give this away to raise money for breast cancer. Those are all. I love the community connection. I love the fact they're going to be able to do this. And I said NC State's Washington State, and I think it's good. I just wonder, when you get to be, when will we have the first all pink uniform? You know. And
Oregon.
And then when you have that, then there's the image of already people saying it's a violent game.
Yeah.
Let's make it a powder puff. You know what I'm saying?
It's so anti-football. The whole football culture is everything but pink, and I think this is a one-shot deal. It's kind of cool. But Schmitty, hang on. Could you ever consider Alabama doing this, or
way.
USC doing this, or somebody with so much tradition and so much history doing that to their uniforms? No, Oregon's never won a national title. I can see it. They let it slide.
Here's the thing. Buddy Martin had a conversation with me a couple weeks ago. Said that I had to calm down my tenor on this show, so I'm going to let y'all discuss the pink uniforms.
It certainly didn't help in any other area. Why would you bother now?
Because I don't want to.
Right, he interrupted Tom so he could tell us that he wasn't saying anything. How full of yourself do you have to be?
Yeah.
Listen, the pink, buddy.
I'm
You
used
said
to it.
earlier,
I'm
do
used
you
to that
really
by
not
now.
like the Oregon Uniforms?
Who, me?
Yeah.
They're terrible.
No, I think it's just a little bit over the top now.
Yeah, but they sort of stay within the green and yellowish now.
They got the silver.
It's cool.
This is a whole other show.
We could do an hour on this.
Penn State uniforms, whatever. I mean, we could do
Penn
all
State,
this show.
Alabama, greatest 2 uniforms.
But anyway, I mean, look, I'm okay with change. I just think we've gone a little too far here. That's all. Let me get to the other things. We will run out of time. Rob Gronkowski still not playing. Some people are saying he's splitting the locker room up. His agent says no, they're good. And Drew Rosenhaus said Gronkowski, he wants to play, and there's no rift there. And however, there are people talking about it. Is the Gronkowski injury becoming a subject of concern, and is it going to impact the Patriots team, which as you know, they fall in line behind the coach Bill Belichick in a very disciplined manner. And when will it become a problem?
It'll become a problem when the guy wearing the sweatshirt on the sideline or the guy with the 12 on his chest decide it's a problem.
I think it'll be a problem if they start losing games. The Jets this weekend, they almost lost last weekend. Very miraculous comeback win. That was a couple weeks ago, though.
I think it's already a problem.
It's obviously a problem if there's some people talking about it, but it's not going to be really a problem until they lose.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
He's practicing, but Dr. James Andrews, who did the surgery, said that he doesn't feel safe clearing him right now.
Where there's smoke, there's
they
fire.
They said he's killing it in practice.
But James Andrews, who's the most well-known surgeon, says he hasn't cleared Gronkowski yet.
Okay. All right, real quickly, we've got to move along because we got fans coming up. I'm going to ask this question before we go to our I Did Not Know That segment, which is right after this. Question asked online, is University of Florida still an elite program? Kirk Herbstreit asked this question, said, I still think they're an elite program. He says, I think they've had a few lean years by their own standards, he says. Well, I don't know. The question is it still an elite program, and what do they have to do to get it back to elite status? We've had a discussion this week whether or not Will Muschamp is on the hot seat at this point in time. Your thoughts, please.
I believe the University of Florida is still living on its history, an elite program, but it's getting to the point where it could fall below that status.
In the context of a year-by-year basis, no, they're not an elite program, and neither is Texas, Oklahoma, or USC this particular year, in that context. Okay, in an overall context, if you're looking at within an era, yeah, they're still an elite program.
They're always going to be an elite program because they're the number one school in the state of Florida, and they always will be. And this is a hotbed for recruiting and speed and size and talent. And they're always going to get recruits. Florida's always going to be like that.
I'm going to go back to one thing I said the other day, and I'm going to stand by it. Penn State, you think of Penn State, think of linebackers. Ohio State, you think of running backs. Nebraska, you think of big corn-fed linemen.
Linemen, yeah.
And University of Florida and state of Florida, what do you think of? Speed. When you take a team and you recruit kids with speed and you try to make them a power team, sometimes it doesn't work. I'm beginning to wonder if it's just not, maybe it's not on register up in Gainesville or West Jam. All right, time to go with I Did Not Know That. We need some music. I did not know that. I did not. Who wants to go first? I did not know that.
We'll make our own song.
JJ, you go
I'll
first.
go first. All right. Last season, we all know the Spurs sort of bored everyone on their way to the NBA Finals.
Certainly.
Almost won. This will show you how really boring they are. Okay? How many alley-oops as a team do you think they threw up last season?
10.
Alley-oops last year?
Yeah.
10.
Through 82 games.
Less than FGCU.
I'd say 15.
1.
One, and it was probably in garbage time, the 9 and 10 guys on the roster.
67 fewer than the NBA average.
Wow. I did not know that. Who wants to go next?
I'll go. When the Cornhuskers of Nebraska sell out their football stadium, it's the third largest city in the state of Nebraska.
Wow. I did not know that.
Okay, can we name the other two? Omaha, Lincoln?
Lincoln
is where the school's at.
All right, but not counting the stadium.
And I don't know. The other three?
Nebraska City.
Well, Lincoln's the biggest. It's Lincoln, Omaha, and then the stadium.
You got it.
Oh, yeah. Those are the only three cities.
That's why
anyway.
we can't think of the third. There you go.
That state must stink.
All right.
I'm gonna go from the sport of baseball. Hank Aaron
Okay.
Baseball's home run king, if, I know some of us still call him that, if you don't count Barry Bonds. Okay. You take away Hammerin' Hank's 755 home runs, and he still has over 3,000 hits. Barely, but he still does. He would have 3,016 hits. Take away all the round trippers.
Wow. I did not know that.
All right, finally.
You're not going to let me do mine?
Oh, go ahead.
No.
This is the 5th time in franchise history that the Red Sox are tied 2-2 in a best-of-7 series. And the other 4, Boston lost all of them in Game 7.
Wow.
I did not know that.
I'll make mine short. A.J. McCarron improved his record as a starting quarterback to 31-2 last week to become the SEC's all-time leading quarterback and career winning percentage, 939.
Wow. I did not know that.
All right. We'll take a break. That rounds up the water cooler. We'll talk to Fansbeard next. Ask him about the most successful two-sport schools in BCS era. Well, one of them is in Gainesville. Coming up next right here on Buddy Sports Page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA.
The Source.
Having the motivation and making the commitment to quit smoking is a great first step towards becoming smoke-free. However, anyone who's tried to quit smoking knows how challenging it can be. Having the determination to quit may not be enough. You may need some help. If you're ready to quit smoking and are between the ages of 18 and 75, currently smoke 10 or more cigarettes a day, and can commit to participating for 24 weeks, you may be interested in a research study which is being conducted to evaluate the use of investigational drugs to see if they can aid individuals in their quest to quit smoking. To help you quit, smoking cessation counseling and all study-related medical care will be provided at no extra cost. You may also be reimbursed for your travel time. To receive more information about this study, how you can participate, please call Rinstar Medical Research in Ocala at 352-629-5800. That's Rinstar Medical Research in Ocala, 352-629-5800. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life. From everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's National Magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz. The Angie Lewis State Farm Agency is located at 1122 Northeast 36th Avenue, where visitors are always welcome and the coffee pot is always on.
Your home for Florida State football all season long. WOCA, The Source.
Look who just walked in the room. Joel Wiesner from What's Up Ocala. Hey, Joel, I'm looking for something to do this weekend. You got any ideas?
Absolutely. Check out our event calendar online at www.whatsupocala.com, and there is plenty of events there for you. Daily news updates to event reviews and magazine articles.
Really?
We've organized it all in one place online for you to cut through all of the hassle of finding something to do this weekend. We have a daily event calendar, a bi-monthly magazine, and we also do daily news articles.
All right, Joel, that's perfect. Thanks so much.
Yeah, whatsupocala.com.
Hi, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Frederick's Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Frederick's Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Frederick's Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Frederick's Appliance.
For illnesses and minor injuries, visit Family Care Specialists Urgent Care offices with 2 convenient locations. Our North Ocala office is at 1111 Northeast 25th Avenue, and our Bellevue office is at 4850 Southeast 110th Street, right next to Walgreens. The medical team at Urgent Care can also handle well child and well adult exams, school and work physicals, immunizations, laboratory services, EKGs, and x-rays. Most insurances are accepted. Walk-ins are welcome. Family Care Specialist Urgent Care for illnesses and minor injuries.
Now is the time to take advantage of Florida Credit Union's CD specials. Our 36-month CD comes in at 1.26% APY. A 24-month is working for you at 1.0% APY. And our 12-month at 0.75% APY. All CD rate specials require $10,000 minimum. With friendly service and rates like these, it's not hard to see why Florida Credit Union has your CD options covered. Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life. Call 352-237-8222 for more information.
Another man's arms holding you tight. Nobody knows what I feel inside. All I know, I walked away and cried.
Well, who would have thought, we thought back to this game when the season started, Florida, Missouri, that the undefeated team and highest ranked team would be Missouri and not Florida. Gators take on the 14th ranked Tigers on Saturday at noon kickoff. And we'll see what happens. Of course, James Franklin is out and Matt Jones is out, and we'll see what happens. But, Franz, I'm surprised Florida's a favorite in this game, aren't you? Franz Beard, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Are you surprised that
Yes, I am.
You're surprised Florida is favored over Missouri on Saturday?
I'm very surprised by it, buddy. I would think that Missouri would be about an 8 to 10 point favorite.
Yeah, instead Florida's, I think, up to 3 now, I believe, was a favorite. So that surprises me. This Gator team, it's going to be interesting to see what happens the next couple of weeks, because if they don't write their course, I'm starting to hear rumblings from people. We had Dave Pingalore on from Local 6 this week earlier. He said his Gator listeners and friends are saying they're starting not to like Muschamp. Are you hearing any rumblings like that at all out there in your travels?
I hear a lot of it, buddy. I spoke in DeLand at their women's quarterback club Monday night, and I was really, really surprised at the number of women down there who are they don't think that this is working out. They're really unhappy. They think that there's too much talent to be sitting there and having these low-scoring games and things like that. They just think that Florida's on the wrong course right now, and I'm hearing that more and more and more.
And I think it goes back to the heart of things. We had these kind of conversations many years when we traveled together around the league and covered games. But, look, I think Muschamp is a terrific coach. I don't know that his philosophy fits the school. And I've said this earlier today, and I probably said it so many times the listeners are getting tired of it. But if you buy into the theory that there's certain kinds of athletes in certain areas that go to certain schools, you think Penn State running backs, linebackers, you think Ohio State running back, you think Nebraska lineman, you think Florida speed, and when you come back and say we're going to be a hard-nosed football team that tries to win on the line of scrimmage, does it really match up with the talent? That's the thing. That's a problem that Doug Dickey had when he took over the team in 1970. Is history repeating itself?
Well, it seems that way. There's no question you can win with a simple philosophy. Vince Lombardi had 60 plays in his playbook. Actually, he really only had 30, because 30 of them went to the left and 30 of them went to the right. And he won with that philosophy because he got the right athletes, and they could buy into it, and they could do it until they ran it till perfection. You can win with this philosophy, but right now Will Muschamp's struggling with this philosophy. So I don't know what the case is. Is it the coaching, or has he just not recruited enough talent that can do what he wants to do? I know one thing, though. Florida's at a critical crossroads, and this game could be the game that either spurs them on. This game could either be the game that spurs them on to win an SEC East championship, or it could be the game that causes them to have another season like they had in 2011, where they barely broke even. 5 losses, looking at it, if it's a possibility when you look at Georgia, South Carolina, Florida State, etc. So I agree with you on that. So anyway, I think we're all watching, curious to see which way it's going to go. I feel like maybe Brent Peace might not be getting all he wants to open up the playbook. Granted, he has a new quarterback and all that kind of stuff. But the overall philosophy, when you look at the secondary of Florida, there's so many playmakers there. What don't they have on offense? Playmakers. Do you wonder about whether the talent is evenly distributed? Well, that's one of the things that I question. But then you look at the fact that you've got guys over there. We've seen what Solomon Patton can do But Solomon Patton to do, he's got to touch the ball more than 2 or 3 times a game to have an opportunity to cut loose. I think Solomon Patton could be a great playmaker, but he's got to see the ball more than 3 times a game.
And not enough Solomon Pattons there either, friends. There's not enough talent. We're running out of time, but there's one playmaker is not enough. You need to have several, and you get past Trey Burton, perhaps, and you're not getting the production out of people like Quentin Dunbar. You don't have a tight end. Your best running back's hurt. You got there's issues there. I just don't think they have the playmakers. That's my opinion. But anyway, France, we'll talk to you again on Monday. Appreciate it very much. You got a final score in Missouri on Saturday. What do you think?
Right now, I hate to say it, but I'm picking against the Gators. I'm picking Missouri 24-17.
You like me. I have almost the exact same score. Thanks, Franz. Take care. Franz Beard joins us every Monday and Thursday right here on the program.
Listen to you guys.
How about that? Well, just call it like it is.
Franz is the one that I never thought.
Call it like it is. I want to thank our guest today, Don Nottingham, of course, and earlier today, Kevin McDonald. On behalf of my broadcast partners, Tom Schmitz, JJ LaSalva, and Tom James, and Austin Statman Tapman. I'm Buddy Martin. Have a great evening, everybody.